So today is Wednesday, and I usually on Wednesday I go to my local comic book store and pick up my queue of comics. I do it about once a month, and I get my big fat stack of books. And I was reminded when I picked up my comics that, oh yeah, Transformers number 7 came with a little something extra this month. Now, last week on June 10th, the Transformers TCG and IDW Publishing let everyone know that when you pick up the ongoing Transformers Solo Series number 7, that it was going to come with a free booster pack from the Transformers TCG. Now, we didn't really know at the time what it was going to be, and how it was going to be done. But now that I have it in hand, so here's the whole skinny of it. So we get a free pack of the very first wave or the very first series of Transformers the TCG booster pack. And the reason why I want to talk about this because it reminds me of something of back in the day, and it's something that for people who are speculators of the value of the TCG in the long run, and I've talked a lot about this, how it might reflect things. Now, way back in the day, the best-selling TCG, and still is the best-selling TCG of all time, Magic the Gathering, they had a line or a expansion pack called Fallen Empire. And Fallen Empire was probably the first time, and still is a very sore point for Magic the Gathering, in that it was the first time Magic really had a flop. And it did very badly, and the booster packs were not selling, and there was just too much of it. And they really overprinted it, and there was under demand for it. Not to mention the cards were kind of underpowered, in my opinion, as a Magic player of more than 25 years. So the thing is that when it comes to Transformers, I look at how what Magic did is they looked at all of these Fallen Empire packs that they couldn't get rid of, and they had a Fallen Empire's comic book that was coming out, and they included booster packs free with the comic, like literally bagged in free. And because from their perspective, this old stock, it has no value, intrinsic value moving forward, where to give an equivalency of it, if at the time that they released that Fallen Empire's comic, they were putting booster packs of, let's say, Unlimited, to give the equivalency of it, because it was a couple years before, or even like Beta, they would have never done that because those older cards had a value, had a good speculative value, and they never would give those away. So we're here now with this, and it's like they're giving away these Wave 1 cards, and I'm saying to myself, I wonder what the TCG feels of the value of these Wave 1 cards if they're willing to give it away. Could it be overstock? They just have too much of it and they're willing to give it away? Are they instead thinking like, well, if we give it away to comic book readers, maybe they'll buy it, they'll get the booster pack, and they'll be like, hey, this is really cool, maybe I'll buy some more. Like I always call it the first cigarette, get them hooked. But usually when they do stuff like this and they're willing to give stuff away like this, it's because of more, like I said, the Fallen Empire's Magic the Gathering situation. And I've talked about it on the past in the podcast that, I'm always looking for a positive note to show that, the Transformers TCG is doing well and that it's moving forward proudly and everything's fine, because I'm seeing the organized play, the fact that there's been more expansions than just 2, because every single TCG, successful or failure, even if they're absolutely terrible, they always get at least 1 expansion, sometimes 2, before they completely tank. Well, we're on expansion number 2 now, so let's see what's happening. I mean, it looks like it's doing good. Again, the organized play thing told me, oh, hey, if they're willing to put money into this, maybe there is something going on here. But as it stands right now, something like this, it shouldn't put up a red flag, but it's making me just pay attention to that move. It's making me just go, okay, so I guess in their minds, it's not really worth it. Because, I mean, think about it this way, right? The average booster pack for the Transformers TCG, to my knowledge in the United States, correct me if I'm wrong, but to my knowledge in the United States, the average booster pack is $4.99, and I know in Canada it's $5.99, sometimes as high as $6.99. The comic is $3.99, and you get it free. So I can imagine, like, if you just, I mean, let's say this was a deal, and these cards were worth money in the secondary market of the first wave, and there was a speculative value to it, then you just hoard the comics, buy a whole bunch of the comics. You're getting the pack for free, and then you just, I don't know, sell the comics for 50 cents and, cover your average there. but just something very fascinating about that. The fact that they're throwing it in and it's the first wave. Like if they were throwing in Siege, right? If they were throwing a free pack of Siege, I could understand that more because it's the new hotness and they want to advertise the new hotness. But this is the old stuff. And they're throwing in the old stuff to me is pretty much saying the old stuff is not worth money, and who knows, it might not be worth any money even in the long game. I mean, we all look back at the Transformers 3D trading card game TCG and the old G.I. Joe TCG and all these other Hasbro properties that had trading card games and how those things aren't even worth the paper they're printed on today, unfortunately. So it's something to think about. It's just me who has been in the Magic the Gathering world all those years and seeing the rise and fall of so many trading card games, and again, being in the Transformer world on the parallel even longer than that, and really now seeing the connection between the two and how this could be a sign of things of what Wizards is thinking right now. Wizards being Wizard of the Coast, who handles the TCG along with Hasbro. I don't know. But all I know is, hey, if you want to get a free pack of Wave 1, go pick up number 7. So definitely pick that up if you want to get a free pack and, try it out. See if you find something cool in there.